All right, then we're getting ready for our last round of Swiss at our first Vendetta RQ here in Barcelona. I'm Bert, joined by Yamato. How are we feeling?
Feeling fantastic. Long day. I'm sweating, and I feel the exhaustion hit in, and I can only imagine what the players are experiencing because they have to keep locked in, focused. Now, in the final round, where everything gets decided, the pressure is on more than ever before in this RQ.
It really is. Yeah, that is another little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Another battle for us to overcome. And our players here, let's take a look at these standings now, though. Coco Lopez had on stream earlier. Kennen with the Baron Nashor in the main deck there coming in at first. Prismatism, a name that should be familiar to everyone. And as we go down the list there,
look at that Ornn.
Look at the what?
Manland, just the Ornn Fire Below the Mountain, 11-1. And of course, Ricemaster. I played him in Nexus Knight. He cooked me. It's incredible to see.
And now he's cooking the rest of the field
as well. Yes, sir, 11-1. I think it's always impressive when you see these unique legends, of course, make it through. A lot of big rounds still. We see, of course, Alan there with the 10-2-1 on the Mel. We see Squirtle as well. We had those tough games. We see the draw. We saw the long one with Colin. A lot of names that we recognize and a lot of names that are new. We also saw, of course, Jun play against Majin Bey the other day on, of course, the Ezreal versus the Kha'Zix matchup. So it's exciting to see new names, exciting to see the regular names. And as we're heading into this final round, it's incredible to see so many players, there's only 2 players that haven't dropped a game pretty much, which is kind of new. In a lot of cases, you see a lot of undefeated coming through, which means that for, of course, the standings, things are going to be very, very tight. And coming into this game, of course, we have Mr. Ricemaster back at again with the Fiora against Kennen. And of course, we have ECL Mosik playing the Kennen. He also hasn't dropped a game just yet, but needs to win this one to make it into the top 8. We have Ricemaster not playing the XP variant. You, of course, slam in a lot of gear there that is going to help you reach that breakpoint to make units mighty. The Divining Shells help you with that. The 2+ Might, Rampage, Classic, Repulsed, of course, a very powerful tool that makes Fiora very viable. Usually, these body and order decks have a hard time either drawing cards or they have a hard time making sure they have enough power from the runes, of course, to play all these powerful cards. And we saw earlier Coco Lopez running a very similar list here with Nashor in main. Not the Atakan that we saw in the previous game. Obviously, here with the Kennen, he needs to find ways to, of course, get into rotation. Early Kennen into Ride the Wind, score quickly, and burn through that deck as fast as possible to make sure that you can play the Rasas pretty much for free. The big swing cards, of course, is going to be that switcheroo. But there's not a lot of decks that have an answer into that. Sure, we see some not so fast, some wind walls and some green decks, but they are rarely played. But the fact that you can repulse that is going to be a big swing card that, of course, Mosik needs to play around, which is going to make the dynamic of the matchup very unique. It's a question of, can Kennen outpace the Fiora, or can Fiora stabilize early to then get to the point where the punch first are going to swing over in the Might department? Very exciting game because the stakes are, of course, high. Ricemaster aiming for, of course, the best of Fiora. And then, of course, ECL Mosik wants to break into the top 8 with the Kennen. The Kennen best of is going to be the first one ever because, as you mentioned, this is RQ Barcelona.
Yes.
The first one with Vendetta in the mix.
And here we go. It looks like our Swiss round 13 is getting started here at RQ Barcelona. This is a win and in scenario for both our players. The winner will advance into top 8 and beyond. The loser, their RQ Barcelona ends here. Ricemaster has found the 2-drop and it is over to ECL Mosik on that Kennen. And we know cars will start to fly around. Will we see some early nocturnes? Will we be building towards the Ricer? That is what he's going to be doing or trying. Let's see how this turn pans out.
Seal.
They seal. The Kennen's coming out.
Turn, I love Barn and Power Cannon, so
everyone's worst nightmare. Burn 2.
Power. Right.
This card has too much text.
To use the...
You get to burn 2. And of course, one conquer, you get to add flow to any spell that you use.
That's
something that you can easily set up.
Okay.
As the Empower token, the judges on the ready. They just, you know. They're like, they know all the rules and they also function like butlers almost, you know? They just got you, you know? They're ready.
Yeah, those judges have been hit by Ride the Wind. They're ready. They're ready to go.
100%.
Is Ambessa coming down? And that's just a pass over them from Ricemaster. No conquest or anything. Or no conquer, I should say.
Very quick.
Very
I like
quick.
Ricemaster's got the towel already. He knows, you know. I also, don't tell the hotel, but I'm borrowing a towel from there. I brought one with me in. Yeah, that will be our little secret.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back, don't worry.
Don't tell anyone, chat. Keep that to yourselves. We are going to see the conquer now from that
That's the conquer.
chosen champion. So I was going to go through.
He could just, you know, it is this on Warrens. Could choose to just discard the Ride the Wind and then play it for the flow.
Yep.
Which is the beautiful part of this deck. You discard it and then you can add flow to it and then you can just
Use
rift.
it. Yeah.
There's
That's
a
on
seal
Riftbound.
based for itself for
Double
the other
seal.
seal.
It's very impactful.
Oh, the Tide Turner
Tide
back.
Turner. Very strong play so far.
Maybe I'm wrong on the flow interaction because you discarded. I don't know the sequencing there, so probably someone in the chat is going to correct me. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
We had the easy return. Kennen is safe, which is the most important factor of that turn. Ambassador swings in.
Yeah, that's going to go through. Ricemaster on the board, 1 point. The Ambassador, remember, when it is empowered, it gains +3, becomes mighty. That would activate your legend ability, and it can only take damage if it's in combat. Worth keeping an eye on.
Ooh, a little call to glory. Interesting. Pays 3 for it. No buff. And then we have the Rampage as well. Ambassador becomes mighty.
Yep, so you get legend ability. That is going to target that Kennen. That is going to go through.
Now, this feels a lot more comfortable than playing the Ambassador Legend. It's fun that Ambassador makes an appearance in the Fiora deck.
Yes.
As mentioned before, Fiora does solve a problem of the body and order decks, is that she generates runes, of course, from her legend when things turn mighty. And there's so many ways to do it. We had the call to glory into the Rampage to not deramp, which is very important, because the earlier you deramp, the more in the long term the runes, of course, cost, because the amount of energy you could potentially get out of a rune
Yep.
Yeah, trigger.
is almost exponential.
Traveling Merchant going to get that discard draw 1. Efficiency is the aim of the game, especially in the Kennen deck where your trash is so very accessible.
He sets aside his spells in the trash to separate them. Makes a lot of sense. Could play Tentacles from the trash.
That flow, that new mechanic, of course, from Vendetta, letting you play it from the discard. Normally, or the trash should say, for an increased cost, but just gives you a bit more mobility options. Always very advantageous in a game of Riftbound, having options.
There's the Ride the
There's
Wind.
the Ride the Wind. Do some wind in this venue, couldn't we? Goodness gracious. There's a Traveling Merchant again, though. Draw 1, discard 1. Or discard 1, draw 1, I should say.
Can, of course, activate the Kennen.
Power cannon.
That only puts the Traveling Merchant on 4 to trade with the Ambassador.
Yeah, we trade.
So that's a cheeky trade.
It is going to be a cheeky trade. Obviously, Ricemaster is tapped out, so no response can be issued. Ambassador not long for this game.
A lot of cards in the trash already. I count to 9. That's a Rasa. And the Tentacles as well.
Can I have it there? So should they show I removed? Okay.
Obviously, when you play something from the trash, it is
power
banished.
cannon, and you can go.
And
Double
there's the
Tentacles and the Risa coming down.
Okay.
So getting towards a stable board state now.
Makes me wonder if Ricemaster, instead of using the Call to Glory, would have just empowered the Ambassador Legend, because then there would be a 7-my body on the battlefield. But of course, you deramp, so it is, of course, a different sequence. Maybe it was because of that Harness Dragon in hand. He wouldn't have the runes to pay for it if it came down to it. Has a different line in mind.
Sure.
As the Kinko Initiate gets a draw.
Initiate, a little bit of draw power on a decent-sized body. We like that.
I like it when players have these decks that are completely pimped out. Everything is just shining.
Oh, it's nice.
The reflection of it is beautiful.
Very satisfying.
100%.
Kinko Initiate as well. 3 might.
And there's the baited hook.
There's the baited hook. Not a card we see in Fiora too often, normally in that LeBlanc. Can obviously use it here, though. Look at top 5. Then you can play something with up to the might that you killed, +1. So a 4 might unit could be played here. Oh, is that another Kinko Initiate?
Another Kinko.
It is. Get to draw 1 then.
And you shuffle them?
They have to shuffle after the baited hook, of course.
Right.
Timer?
I wish it was this clean, you know, in terms of handling your cards. I'm very sloppy. Like, I push cards and runes all over the place.
Okay, thank you.
Something so beautiful about good card management, you know?
Of course.
This is something, of course, the practice happens
Draw.
a lot over the board. You get to hear with a lot of players that they have a group that they practice with a lot. I think that's the beautiful, most beautiful part about Riftbound is the sense of community that you build up.
Of course.
Because behind every player that is
Actually,
in
let me think about it.
the top game to qualify to top A is
Not
all
sure
that practice.
I have anything, but you should not have it. So, I'll play like this.
So Native Warrior
Conquer here. Go to 3.
swings in with the Rasa.
Oh,
Easy 4 points here for Mosik, and he finds a way to keep the Rasa alive even.
is here.
Swings it in.
Go to 4. Trigger.
Interesting
zone,
decision
draw.
here because he just didn't want to sacrifice any tentacles.
Oh,
I'm just thinking about that Nasher.
lightning rush.
There's the Lightning Rush.
Nocturne.
Here we go. off to
And
the
then
races.
a Nocturne Hyro.
Find the Nocturne.
We are with
It's where the Kennen deck can still get out of hand. Like, look at this board state. It's just inflating rather quickly. And these aren't little, well, I mean, there are some tentacles there, but these are like big units, you know. Nocturne has 4, Rasa has 6. You can't just tap these out the way. Not another Nocturne, surely.
Yeah, I have to say the powerful aspect of all of this is that these 2 seals are doing so much work to make sure that the Kennen doesn't deramp. We compare it to the previous game that we just watched, in the previous round where the Kennen had to deramp so much to keep up with the Yi. But here, all of a sudden, you need to think about different ranges. On 4 points, you can't exit on a potential
We are 4
Nasher
to
play.
1, right? Yeah. Yeah.
But it is something that
Actually,
we
I
have to
didn't
keep in
say.
mind later on
I didn't.
as we go into the deeper rounds. So now we have to expect the Fiora to do something active. It was a developing turn, still on 1 point. And this was, of course, a Fiora that went first. But whenever a Kennen gets to play a
Sorry?
Seal and the Kennen in turn 1, when they go second,
Sorry to interrupt you.
you're so happy.
Yeah.
You have the swing in.
Yeah, it's all.
Here we go. Kinku Initiate is going to go swinging in there. Easy point.
Guess draw the card. Baited hook is gone. Don't need a lot of those copies. Makes sense. No gear hit just yet from Mosik. There's the punch first. There's a set as well. Also blinked out. It was a overnumbered set. Gorgeous card.
We're going to go for the hook here. Number
Looking
4
for the
might.
cost. Sorry, 4 might.
Oh,
Set is in that range.
that is in that range. That's a good find there.
Such a perfect synergy, that card. Because the buff happens as you play it. It goes to 5 might.
Then you
Then
get
you
your
can, of course,
Fiora
spend the
legend.
buff.
Yep.
And as the unit dies, of course, the battlefield is still in your control.
Okay, what are we
being
eyeing
played.
up here then? 3 being eyed up.
The tension is building. It's a very specific moment here because I can imagine from Ricemaster's perspective, he takes a look at that base and it looks very scary.
It does.
Already used 1 rampage. You can't really attack that base that easily as the Fiora player.
My card is here. By
Need
the
to
way.
hope
Yeah.
that you can
One
eventually
event.
set up a hold and swing. Oh, speaking
Okay,
of the devil,
Rampage, okay.
Still here. Target Raza.
that is the rampage on the Rasa.
Did pay the additional.
It's a 7, right? Yes.
7.
Never
That
mind.
will be 7, so that is going to go through, unless there's any tricks, which there is not.
6 versus 7.
has gone. Now we're just debating on what to do here, going into the
Sure.
Monastery of Hirana.
Are at 3.
It is tricky because there wasn't very elegant ways for a Ricemaster actually to make units mighty in terms of getting the runes up. We've had it happen twice. Kind of wish that you have it happen a little bit more because maybe you could have played the Harness Dragon a little bit earlier.
Now
Yeah.
you are
Have
at
that as a
4.
potential hook target, get another Harness Dragon out. Maybe that in that line of thinking. But it does seem like just sacrificing the Kinko initiates on 3 just makes perfect sense with the power curve that a lot of the units are on.
Lightning Rush.
Okay, here we go. What are we eyeing up here then?
Lightning Rush on flow.
Lightning Rush on flow. And is there a Nocturne? We do not. The Star-Crossed Fizz.
Yeah, this is where I begin to think about that Nasher again, you know? Is he fishing for Horrowing? We know that's in the main board. He wouldn't be able to exit the game just yet, but still, just when the Nasher comes down, it's always scary no matter what.
Yeah, that timer gets started real quick when that Baron Nasher comes in. Now, I think Fiora has more ways to combat it versus the Ezreal from earlier, but make no mistake about it, no deck wants to start swinging into a Baron. I can tell you that for free.
Tapping the Kennen. Considering, of course, if you should play another Lightning Rush. Still one in the trash.
Wait, did I
pre-tap the Kennen to have it ready for the next turn, of course.
I started.
Just double checking that everything is correct.
I might have. I think I did. I was calculating.
Making sure that he, of course, channeled the runes. Keep
Very
in mind,
important, yeah.
These two fine gentlemen have been playing Riftbound the whole day. Yesterday, also the whole day.
Today, getting close to like...
And also, it's like 40 degrees in here. Doesn't help.
Getting towards like 12 hours, probably over 12 hours at this point, actually, of pure Riftbound action in a 48-hour period. That, viewers, is a lot of Riftbound.
100%. And keep in mind, this is not your local Nexus night. This is RQ.
Yeah,
and we're at the top tables right now.
Stakes.
The high stakes, the pressure's on. Every decision matters. You don't get away with any mistakes.
Nope.
At this level of play. I like the Ricemaster comes in ready, has the towel, has the water. It's very important to stay hydrated. Everybody in the venue, make sure you drink the water that is just available to you all over the place. You have those little water coolers.
Hydration is very important. That's for anyone at home who is, you know, only gone to your local Nexus night.
I was counting. I knew I was going.
Hydration is very important.
My turn was actually in my mind already doing my stuff since, but yeah, tell me I should be a mandatory.
Double checking if he channeled his runes. I think the judge is going back in time and double checking.
Yeah, that is the beauty of a feature match that you can actually rewind and have a look. But yeah, just to revisit what I was saying, if you haven't gone to an RQ before and you are eyeing one up, stuff like hydration, good night's sleep.
I apologize, actually.
It's okay, Mosik, it happens. It happens. Yeah, stuff like that, nutrition, they're the things you don't really consider going to your first RQ, but very important.
100%. And I wanted to add, you know, yesterday we had the interview with Enrico's, which was so endearing because he mentioned, you know, I just exceeded my expectations. And
okay, thank you.
You know, we have 2,000 players here. So, he missed 2 runes. That's why I was talking about the Nasher so much.
Yeah.
Because he would go over that threshold sometimes. You know, he does get 2 runes there. So the judge does the save. And Mosik does get those 2, but doesn't get to take back the Lightning Rush. So take a look at the hand.
6, you know, runes up, 5 runes up, 5.
Can play Lightning Rush from the trash to fish a little bit more.
I'll Empower Nocturne.
That's the Empower.
I'll go here.
That's 6 might. We're thinking Punch first. We're thinking Call to Glory. A lot of ways to pump the might for the set, of course. But then the crucial detail is all these bounce spells. When you think of Rebuke, Star-Crossed, Hard Bargain as well.
Yep.
These are the interactions that, of course, Kennen can offer. There's the punch first.
That's the biggest one. Doesn't get much more bigger than +5.
Yeah, well, I'm floating. Punch first on, I suppose, on set, right?
So let's see now. Will he do a hard bargain to drive up the cost, make him pay for it, and then bounce it back with, of course, the Star-Crossed?
Okay, punch first.
So right now
is going for the hard bargain.
6.
Is the hard bargain going to go for increasing the cost of spells?
All Star-Crossed.
Star-Crossed instead.
The only solution here could be Repulse, could be Repulse. Repulse isn't played, of course. They sound very similar, but they're very different.
Yeah. They're kind of similar in the sense that they both counter spells, right? But are we going to see it? The signature spell? Oh.
Target this.
I cannot see.
That's
Death Grip. Okay.
Let's sacrifice this too.
They're going to pass the might over.
Okay.
To the unsung hero.
Think about it.
Which is very neat because now it's quite fortified over there. That's
Yeah,
this unsung hero is quite sung at this point because we need to talk about it.
Yeah. The opposite of unsung. What is that? The well-known hero.
Yeah, that's 12 Mike. That's
12 Mike, that's well known.
That's Captain America or something.
Yeah. You know, if 12 Mike knocks on your
The
door, you
Hulk,
certainly
maybe.
know about it. And you get the draw one as well.
100%.
That's how many games of Riftbound have been decided by one draw at the right time.
Yeah.
Here we go. However, that will be the Zant. Warren's getting conquered there by Mosik.
Kept the tentacle in play because he could just replay the Rasa from hand, of course.
Draw 1.
Yes.
Discards the tornado, the Gust Monk. So stuck on Tornado
I'm
Warriors
sorry,
because
what?
that Karos
yeah,
game we saw
thank
the
you.
other day.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's all rather similar, isn't it? All
5
blended
points.
together for us as well. But yeah, 5 points to 3.
Big read here for Mosik now because obviously that could have been a huge riposte turn. The Fizz comes into play, and look at that trash. He can play any spell he wants.
Yeah, what are we eyeing up here?
Targeting Fizz.
That's the
Dark.
Dark
Oh,
Horse.
that's how you get around 12, Mike. Send it back to hand.
And
100% easy decision to make because the information that
tentacle
Mosik
going
has to
in.
play with, of course,
There
is
we
the
go.
fact that there's no riposte in the
Yep.
hand of the enemy.
Because you would have used it on that last one. You're so right. What a read there from Mosik. So, yeah, we can go charging in there up to 6.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah, I want in my hand, so no problem.
And now Starcross on the Fizz, gets back into the hand. That interaction is so silly. Once again, fish. Fizz is a fish.
Yep,
Yep,
it is. More of that seafood action
100%.
here in Barcelona. Well, coastal city here, of course. So
We have 6 points now for Mosik.
dangerous number.
Ooh, very dangerous.
Harness Dragon in the
Tricky
hand.
thing is, in terms of the rune count, Punch First was very expensive.
It was.
If you're a player doesn't have that many options, he needs to build a massive hold. It's happened 5.
Not going to be for the set.
Yeah, the tricky thing is he might need to conquer with the Fiora, swing in, and then place whatever unit he can on top
On
of
that
the Fiora
battlefield. Yeah.
to just set up a hold. Nice thing about Fiora is the fact that when it's alive in your base, when it becomes mighty, you can tap, of course, 1 power, 1 yellow to make sure that it's ready. So the set could swing in from the base.
Yep. It definitely could.
Got the shells. Once again, seafood.
Okay, these guys.
It just keeps appearing. Is this,
You're
is
right.
this
Yeah, it does.
whoever does the card design just loves seafood. Which is, we're close to the sea. We're in Barcelona.
And they're
Makes
all
sense.
relevant as well. Like, yeah, they are coming up. Letting you vision, look at the top card of your deck, and you may recycle it if you like, and then it has the action to use it, kill it, and then give a unit +2.
That's the swing in. 3 against 1.
So it's 3 versus 1. Pass
Hey.
focus. So you pass focus. Okay.
Okay.
You go.
He's going to go through.
Mosik kind of chin checking, doing some feints.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like it.
switcheroo. Do I have it?
Yeah. It's like, oh,
like
you pass
that.
focus? You pass focus yet? Okay, well, okay, that's that then.
Thank you.
Okay, what are we eyeing up here now then? That's 6 open.
Yeah, the tricky thing with set, of course, is activated ability to spend the buff. It's only something that you can do on your own turn. There's no speed
Yes.
to it. If the set comes into play, it of course is mighty, so you can ready it with the Fiora unit.
Yeah.
It's 4.
What could this be? Or is that the unsung hero? Oh no, it's a spectral matron coming in when you play it. You may play a unit costing no more than 3 and no more than 1 power from your trash, ignoring the cost.
So you try to
Inku
a
Initiate is
hold.
going to come straight back in. Do we get to draw one? Do we have a mighty unit in play? Do we have a mighty unit in play? Did he draw one? Maybe he didn't. I'm not sure. Didn't get a look at that.
yeah. Plus,
It's a
plus 2.
mighty.
So it's a 5.
Okay. So now we have +2 because of the shell. Baited hook. Oh, okay. Bye
5.
bye Kinko Initiate. Okay.
Fishing for something.
Now we can
with
get
6.
hefty now after that shell.
That's the dragon.
Honest
What a
dragon.
read.
What a play! That's going to get rid of that Nocturne. What a find. What a beautiful line of play there.
You know, there's so many layers to that because, of course, he's played baited hook a couple of times now. He's hooked units. He knows his odds of pulling that Harness Dragon, has one in hand, and he fished for it beautifully because he used the Divine Shells to make sure that his Kinku Initiate goes to 5, and then, of course, the additional 1 might that, you know, your baited hook allows you to fish for. The Harness Dragon was exactly what he was looking for. Got the Nocturne. And now the question is, what can the Kennen player do? And it's always so much.
Yeah,
you can
exactly
walk in.
That. You have a lot of ways to draw cards, a lot of ways to filter cards.
One open for the punch first.
Yep.
I'll go here.
Swings in.
Okay, here we go. Some
priority.
more feints again. What are we seeing here then?
Tries to snipe. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a bit cheeky. The switcheroo. All of a sudden, the tentacles have been in the gym curling those weights.
Okay.
So is that 4 on the tentacles now? I make that 4, yeah.
It's 4 against 4 currently.
3. Yeah.
Could force out the punch first very early with this maneuver.
Is 1 minus. So he's 4.
Need to keep in mind as well that
Is
Mosik
4 to 4, and your focus right now.
he chose not to give the, you know, he still can tap to give his unit assault. Obviously, he can't do any switcheroo shenanigans by giving the enemy assault in this moment because he is, of course, the attacker.
This is not as bad.
That is not react speed on the Harness Dragon. Oh, but there we go into the punch first. Immediate slam down of the hard bargain, increasing the cost of that. That means Ricemaster can no longer play it.
So it's plus assault 2.
That makes a beefy tentacle.
Yep.
Assault 2, 6 might against the 4.
Go to 7.
Mosik goes to 7. And that's the Ride the Wind.
Yeah,
Oh, is that the Ride the Wind there coming down? Wow, and there we go. Mosik taking this game 1, doing it in a rather fast fashion as well, really hitting the accelerator pedal. And we're going to a game 2. Ricemaster needs to win this, otherwise his RQ Barcelona run ends here.
Yeah, the best of Metal Fiora still, of course, a big part of the story. Ricemaster playing against the most represented deck. No, it's up there. While playing Fiora, which is very, very admirable. In terms of what you can bring in from the sideboard that could help you, I'm thinking about the Sabotage. We have, of course, the Decree of Unity.
That's
that
the
could be a
one,
difference
right?
maker. I have to remind everybody that this was a Fiora that went first against the Kennen that had the ultimate beginning there with, of course, the seal. It's incredible when you play Kennen, you don't need to D-ramp while you play these very expensive cards and spells. Due to those two seals, the amount of power he gained from those must have been like 10, 12 power because they came through so early.
Yep.
And when you put it into that perspective, you realize quickly how ridiculous those seals were. We didn't get to see a single riposte in play, which of course is the big answer into the switcheroo. And when the riposte didn't come down on that turn when, of course, Mosik swung into that set on the board, then you know the riposte wasn't in hand. And then, of course, the punch first was signaled. And the fact that he kept that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hard bargain all the way into the end made his turn so much easier. So comfortable when you know you don't have to be afraid of the punch first. I don't get to experience that much playing, of course, green and yellow.
Nope.
The little bag. It's a hard bargain.
Must just be so satisfying though, isn't it? Your opponent drops the punch first, they think they got away with it, and you're like, nope, pay an extra 2, please. Oh, you can't. Guess that fails then.
Of course,
it needs to have that in the Chaos domain, doesn't it? Chaos, such a strong, domain right now. Kennen decks almost exclusively Chaos cards. I mean, looking at this one, pretty much is exclusively Chaos cards, actually.
Yeah, this is where some of the order cards begin to come in. You could see potentially, the Vi come in. Decrees are kind of useless. Obviously, there's no purple cards in the Fiora deck, so that's nice at least. But Vi is the big one.
Yeah, Vi is a good
Add an
equalizer.
additional switcheroo. Those are the big ones.
I mean, look at this chat. Find me the order card, please. I'll wait.
Yeah, this is all
a long time. Just that lightning rush, but
all
that's
chaos.
Just the strength of the Kennen and these low costs.
If the sideboard has a switcheroo, a Vi, those could be cards that you'll deck into.
Yep.
An additional detail, of course, is, Mosik didn't have time to look up the Fiora game that was on stream previously. He doesn't know if it's a gear-heavy deck. He doesn't know if it's a BF Sword variant. He did see the Divine Shells. So the incentive to put in, of course, some of the gear hate isn't extensive, because a big detail for Fiora in particular is that she gets value off of the gear as it's played, because the equip, of course, you turn something mighty and then you get to swing in, so the value is already had and done. So some big decisions coming into game number 2. Minefield in play, which is very comfortable. Sunken Temple, also something that has a lot of options for the Fiora. As I mentioned before, you have fine ways to, of course, extend the rune count, but we're off to the races. Game number 2.
Here we go. This is a win or go home scenario for Ricemaster. For Mosik, he wants to just wrap this one up here, advance the top 8.
It's my turn.
Kennen.
Yeah, 2 same.
Versus Fiora.
Yep.
Recycling the runes.
Yeah, you can go, you can go.
It is Trifiring War Camps, keeping the Sunken Temple for when he goes second. That's the unsung hero.
There's the unsung hero.
Remains unsung because got star-crossed in the previous one.
Yeah, got up to 12 might before he was getting away with it there, and then immediately got
Oh
started.
my days. The perfect start again for the Kennen player. Burn 2. Let's see what cards get put into the trash. We see Tentacles and a switcheroo.
Oh, is that?
Is it a fizz?
I think
It
it's
looks kind of similar. It might be a fizz, yeah. It looks like a fizz, yeah. 3 in power, yeah. You're right there, Burton.
Yeah, man.
Come on now. You got good eyes. Eyes are failing me. I have contact lenses. I'm so nearsighted. I'm blind as a bat. That would be my flavor text. That's a BF sword.
BF sword. That's a big one. Unsung hero getting slightly more sung. Obviously, we get the legend ability activation as that is now a mighty unit. That's strong. 5 might. This is where, if the Vi has come in from Mosik, a big difference maker into these high might cards in the showdowns, of course.
Yeah, passes the turn, of course, because Kennen can easily just make it to 6 might with the assault from the legends. So it feels kind of pointless to put him in there. The unsung hero, of course. Lightning rush, it begins. The
Here
nastiness.
Here we go.
Are we going to be seeing a lot of this still this on this beautiful Sunday?
Nocturne? No, not quite.
No Nocturne. See another seal, though. One fizz is in the trash.
Fizz.
Keeps
Traveling
the seal.
I mean, we say the opportunity cost, getting those seals into play early, they just pay for themselves more so, and a lot more, really.
Yes, sir. And the beauty of course, the Kennen champion unit is the fact that if you add flow to a card that already has flow, the cost that it uses is, of course, the printed one at the top. So you can flow it for 1, which is way cheaper than, of course, the flow cost that is on the card. You can choose.
Yeah, of course.
That easily.
Activated.
Plays the Lightning Rush for 1. Banishes that one. So many cards in the trash already. We're going to have just turn 3 Rasas.
This is...
Oh, my days.
Oh, wow. Got the... Oh,
That's
wow.
the Nocturne.
Got the Nocturne as well, turn 2. Playing it on the battlefield. This is rude, isn't it?
The lore of Nocturne, as far as I remember, is basically it's the accumulation of everyone's nightmares.
Oh, is it?
I think
that is...
it is aptly named.
That is...
That is aptly done.
That is lore. Oh, and we saw the salvage coming on that BF sword, by the way. Blink and you miss it.
Oh, painful.
Whoa.
So they did have the read about the BF sword.
The accumulation of everyone's nightmares, Nocturne coming true there. Lore accurate game designers, you know what you're doing. Goodness gracious. And there is Ricemaster.
The hand on the forehead.
Head in hands, yeah, thinking, what on earth do I do now?
Oh, my days. Look how calm Mosik looks.
Yeah, look at Mosik staring into Ricemaster's soul. You're like, how you getting out of this one, my son? Well, let's find out. What can we do? Chosen champion coming down. Unsung hero conquering. I don't think that was the right Fiora. Yeah, that is the correct Fiora there as our feature card. That is the one there. First mate, ready up, bring it back. Cheeky little point. Don't mind it.
Very cheeky, like that's
It's like a cheeky little point in it, like you're doing the hokey pokey. In, out, come on, all coming back. There we go.
Now we understand why we saw the face palm.
Yeah.
Very painful to see the Kennen player who has such a consistent deck on top of that high roll, I would say.
Yeah,
with the Nocturne being found.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Double seal.
You wouldn't do it
deck.
again, would you, Mosik? You wouldn't find another Nocturne. Okay.
Ooh, those are the powerful swing cards.
And the thing is, we haven't seen it so far in this one. We have seen
Rebuke.
it in past games is the last rights, letting you play from your trash as well. Keep an eye on that one. As the trash gets bigger, the options for last rights, you know, power level grows. There's another stack deck in hand as well, by the way.
Yeah, the crucial detail that you get, the information from stack decks when you play them is then what's at the bottom of your trash.
Yeah.
And he hasn't seen a single Rasa from the trash, so he knows these are cards that are coming up. So the last rights value isn't as much. Because when you play the Lightning Rush and you need to discard the Rasas, that's when you
I see what you're saying. Yes, you are right.
Play the last rights. But he also has one in hand. So if it comes down to it, he's of course chilling.
Chilling and winning, it feels
Chilling
like.
and winning, indeed.
Chilling and winning. That's what you want to be chanting in a winning in for top 8 right there. Chilling and winning.
Nocturne does have ganking.
I was about to say, how's he done that then? Yeah, it has got a gank in, you're right.
Kind of forget that that comes into play.
Yeah.
So,
here we go, stat deck.
I think a good rule in Riftbound is just add as many cards in your deck that has as much text as possible.
Yeah, as much keywords and text. Yeah, good things happen, all right?
100%.
Especially if you can fling them into play for free, just seeing it off a stat deck and or Lightning Rush.
Yes, sir.
Efficiency is the aim of the game of Kennen, right? Now, how can I cheat these high, mighty units in play?
Oh, you can go.
Oh, flow tentacles. Okay, so the pullback and then tentacles, and it is over to Ricemaster now. Has a turn of breathing room. Let's see what we can do.
Now the main question, a good synergies with, of course, the Trifarian War Camp. I think I saw the Rampage plays in the previous game to, of course, snipe those important units. This time we have the Riposte, which will, of course, you know, play a big role. Nice thing about Trifarian War Camp is if you send in, of course, the unsung hero there and then use the Divining Shells, it does go to 5, becomes mighty.
Yep.
And then you can draw those 2 cards from it dying if it comes down to it.
One thing I want to keep an eye on there. Riposte, currently in hand. Didn't see it in game 1.
Yeah.
So, you know, any sneaky hard bargains or anything like this, Starcross, that might be getting riposted away. Keep an eye on that. Put a little pin in that for later.
That's the set.
There's the set.
Pays the power cost, but doesn't choose to, of course, accelerate it with the Fiora unit. Just building up and preparing for a hold that eventually needs to be done. The unsung hero comes through, and he has the Divining Shells to defend that and turn it into 5 if combat begins.
Okay, that is going to go through, though.
That's kind of nice.
Second point.
That's good.
Yep.
That will go to 5 might with the Divining Shells, which is very good. No.
That is just going to be the turn, though.
No energy available, though, for the Riposte.
No, unfortunately
if a switcheroo action happens. So we're very disappointed if the unsung hero dies not a hero, because you don't get those draws unless the unsung hero is, of course, mighty. So many options. You can even gust. You can gust it.
You can gust.
The Divining Shells. That's the last rights.
There's the last rights.
Shovel. Quick shovel.
Attaches it. Has to recycle 2 from trash, so he's getting out of that Rasa range.
Certainly is.
So taking back this 2.
That is a necessary bit of text to attach your last right. Recycle 2 cards from your trash.
Here.
That's a swing in for 3. Keep in mind, it's a Trifarian War Camp. So it is 4 against 3 currently. That's the Divining Shells to make it mighty.
Yeah, in response, I'll gust.
Will Mosik deny the draws?
I think was that a gust I heard in response.
Ooh.
I believe it was. Yeah, that's going to return it back to hand.
Lovely. No draws. The unsung hero just aptly named.
Yeah, he's just messing about. Here comes Fizz. Stat deck. God, I want to see another Nocturne. I really do. Oh, was that? Yeah! Oh. Ask and you shall receive!
The face bomb just goes deeper and deeper.
I mean, I don't know why I'm cheering yet. Ricemaster's thinking, oh, this is getting silly now, isn't it? Absolutely, that is a correct name for that Nocturne. Horrifying when you're on the receiving end of this. Hasn't even got enough space for all these units and gears. Oh,
goes to 3.
I'm full tapped, by the way. Yeah, I'll go to 4.
The tentacle goes for the 4th point.
Oh,
I should recycle one room for Nocturne. I think I didn't do it. So I should do
don't
it.
think you did as well, actually, to be fair.
I'll
I was too
send
busy
one.
cheering after seeing the Nocturne.
I'm pretty sure because one for the last right, one for Fizz, so I should be one less for Nocturne.
Honest
Good man.
Confirm it.
Is an honest man.
Otherwise,
Is Mosik.
Definitely.
you can do your play. Maybe I don't know if you.
We already know, we can already kind of
Okay,
picture
so just thank
how
you, so we don't waste time. Yeah.
the ending of this game will be.
Recycle one
Be a
more.
big hold, of course, from Ricemaster, unless he can, of course, break the
pretty
board, and then hopefully get enough value from the riposte on one of those big swing cards, the switcheroo, the rebuke, to then, of course, make sure that his units that are so important survive. Because now the point tempo is in Mosik's favor, and the fact that he didn't need to commit anything, it's just tentacles, and of course the legend and the gust onto the unsung hero to deny those draws. Look at that backline. It's just, we have a base with a Kennen, 2 horrifying Nocturnes, and a Fizz.
Yeah.
The Rampage did get drawn, so maybe you can trim a little bit of that away.
Yep. Start trimming some of that back row, as it were.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. Clear.
Sure.
Uses the set ability to give it a little bit more might. You get that buff back when, of course, you conquer. It's fun to see Origin cards still in play, of course.
Yeah, it is.
I remember getting smacked around during my early Nexus nights playing Kaiser. I was terrible at the game. Kaiser was broken. And that's a swing-in, bidding waste.
That is going to go through. Worth noting, Mosik is tapped out, so, you can sort of have your way a little bit here this turn. Pit rookie.
On.
Gonna get a buff.
Okay.
That
Fiora
puts
goes to
that
4.
Fiora to 4. That is enough to go over the top.
5 to 4. 5 to 4.
Really tapped out, Mosik.
He gets mighty.
So that's 5. Fiora becomes mighty.
You already used the. You're in. Yeah. Sure.
Yep, that is going to go through there. Double conquer.
Nice.
The last white
What a cool
shovel.
interaction.
Yeah. There
That's
we
the
go,
Jafarian Warcamp
Ricemaster.
power. Of course, readies the Fiora because she becomes mighty in this moment. And there's the buff on the set for the Conquer previously. Really move the Fiora back.
Got
Hit the tentacles.
So is this going to be first mate, perhaps? Kinku initiates. Rampage! That's going to go into Kennen champion. Straight to the trash.
Fiora comes back. Very important to keep her alive.
We're going to send some backup there, first mate, into the Forbidden Wastes.
Very important detail there, of course, because if you are alone in the Forbidding Waste, you are freezing cold and you get a -2. So a little bit of a stack here.
What have we played there? Unsung, is that Unsung Hero? Unsung Hero.
Making a comeback.
Making a comment. Maybe this will be the one that makes a
Hear
difference.
you.
Maybe. And we mentioned it. We built it up before. The riposte here is available for a potential rebuke,
So, how many
potential
cards do you have?
switcheroo. If Ricemaster can get this hold, suddenly this game could shift. Because keep in mind, the trash isn't that extensive.
No,
The
you're
Rasas
right.
can't be played. And if he wants to equip this last rights, obviously,
Make it even smaller.
you need to set up a situation where you recycle 2 of your trash. But that hard bargain in hand as well. Very strong against the riposte. Not enough available energy to pay for that for Ricemaster. Stack deck.
That deck. Oh, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. But that was going to be the Nocturne, the third one there, but didn't quite get to see what that was. We'll find out together, shall we? So,
Trash is
Starcrossed.
expanding. Starcross is indeed very nice. So what you can do in these moments, right, with Forbidding Waste in particular, if you manage to get the Starcross on the set,
True. Yep.
then you can swing in one time, and then the final unit that is left there will be -2.
Nocturne.
Okay, so
How's the
Nocturne's
Nocturne?
plus
Sorry,
2.
I
Assault.
give Assault 2 to Nocturne.
Assault 2 to Nocturne.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
We know the Starcross is in hand.
Will this be the
We
turn?
also know about the hard bargain as well.
Right.
That counters, of course, the riposte in this moment, but Ricemaster doesn't know.
Oh, so
see
we're
what his
attaching
read
the
will be.
last rights, it looks like here, I believe. Yeah, so Rice is not going to be much of a factor if that trash keeps on shrinking.
Is
But that is another +2.
an 8?
Whereas that would be Assault 6, go up to 8, I believe, if I've done my maths correctly. And I have.
Yeah, the attachment there is to play around the potential call to glory. A lot of buffs to make that card free.
Oh, that is just going to go through, it looks like.
Just a trade, plain and simple.
Yeah, that's efficiency right there, considering you got that Nocturne in play for a stack deck. Goodness gracious. I guess 1 power as well.
You know, players at this level, of course, Ricemaster being here in this round, he knows if the enemy start playing around Rasas, he probably has one of those bags in hand. A trade happens. And Ricemaster had no, of course, abilities to pump his units.
Yeah, that trashes. Yeah, Rice will not be a factor in this game. There's another Nocturne. That's going to clear off the Forbidden Waste. Mosik said, I know you need to hold that to win, so how about I just clear you straight off it?
The only, of course, you know, Ricemaster's been face-palming a lot, but the fact that the Rasas are so far away is a very important detail here, because if Fizz conquers here, of course, that is, of course, the Kennen played from the trash due to the last rights. The amount of units that Mosik has, it's not one of those super Rasa games, of course.
No.
Sure. What happened?
Just double-checking something.
Just double-checking something.
Want the game to be played as fairly as possible. It's very important.
Did you do something correct?
So now, you know, Ricemaster, crucial detail. He signaled. He has no call to glory there. No punch first, of course, to keep his units alive, because that was quite the big hold.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, Mosik got to hold all of his tools, and there was no reason or possibility really to use the repose, because no spells were played. And the swing in did a fantastic job. 2 Nocturnes swung in there. Last Rites was equipped. And the trash was recycled. Mosik plays a different game because he hasn't seen any of the Rasas just yet. And he knows this game might go long, because he's the one ahead on point tempo. So, of course, he can set up for a later game, because eventually, you know, you get to the bottom. You've gone through so many stack decks. You've gone through so many cards. You know the Rasas will eventually show up in your top decks, of course. That's where you want to be ready.
Out as well, the longer the game goes on.
100%.
Gotta keep an eye out for that one. So yeah, just having some confirmation of something on the table. That's why we have our judges there, though. Make sure we always thank our judges. Without them,
I am excited for the dynamic of now the repulse versus the rebuke, the repulse versus the potential switcheroo. Because if Ricemaster, of course, is on the turn, then he has the runes and the energy available to pay for a potential hard bargain. The question is, what he's hoping for is to draw a little bit of more cards that gives him more might. Because currently, as the body deck to be the one to represent less might, it does feel a little bit strange.
Yeah.
You know, I had no punches first. Call to Glory is an important card that, of course, Mosik played around. But the fact that it wasn't played, Mosik can, of course, easily understand that it's something that isn't in the hand. There's something that isn't talked about a lot. Is through the lines, you have to read the lines of course, your opponent.
Sure,
was there a turn where the enemy had a better play if he had that particular card? And then you can guesstimate, oh, he doesn't have that card. Next turn, the odds of them drawing it. Did they draw 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards? And then you kind of estimate where does the power come from? Because now, from Mosik's perspective, the fact that no power came through there, no call to glory, no punch first, he can kind of guess, okay, there's no pump spells in the enemy's hand. Then the additional layer that goes even deeper is, you might think all of that, but was it all a mind game? And that's where Riftbound becomes extremely complicated. Because sometimes you talk with the highest, you know, the best pros, and you ask them, okay, you play 3 turns, everyone plays optimally, you assume it. Can you guess the hand of this player, the hand of this player? And you would be surprised how accurate they are. It is freaky. It is very, very freaky. And it's not something with star signs or anything like that. No, it's pure game knowledge. And in those moments, those signals, it's very important to pay attention to them. We have, of course, you know, any kind of top deck punch first. The call to glory could be very important. But the fact that it weren't played in that moment definitely gives you a lot of information.
Certainly does, and that's where you say, you know, that these high-tier players can essentially solve hands, like you say, just off reading boards. They think you've done this, you've done that, you've played that. So I reckon these are your, you know, 3 cards of hands, let's say. And that's what something you brought attention to is that's where the mind games could come in. You're thinking, well, I'm going to pretend
I
as
know,
if I haven't
only
got
for
this
him.
in hand.
Oh, yeah, sure,
Even
sure.
though I have. So then just to make you, throw you off a little bit, throw you off the scent. And that's where, you know, when you do get to these, you know, winning in for top cut action and beyond, that is where you have to really start to think. And, you know, like, for example, there with Ricemaster, you know, didn't defend that hold at the bottom, even though you'd assume he really wants to.
Of
so then
course.
you're thinking, does he generally not have the cards to defend now, or is he bluffing so that later on he can make a big push and catch me off guard, as it were? And that's where, you know, the counters to the counters and the reads to the reads start to come in. And as you rightfully said, that is Riftbound right there.
100%. And you know already from Mosik's play, he attached the last rights, put his knocked into 8 might. 8 might exactly plays over Set getting called to glory, which is, of course, 1 attack, or, of course, any other unit being called to glory, which is the 8 range. So obviously, he's just fully aware of it. The meta, of course, at this tournament has been incredible. A lot of Kennen play. You know, I'm sure a lot of people out there are just thinking, oh, this is so broken. At least we have a game where there's not Rasas all over the place that are just giving revive to 1 power, 1 power, 1 power. We had the seal play, of course. It is most played decks. Kennen at the top, and the conversion rate so high, 51%. And of course, we have Yi right behind it, Irelia as well, and Rengar, those popularized, of course, by Prismat. Rek'Sai, Diana, Kha'Zix, and of course Azir also receiving a lot of play, and you see that the bar is very high. You need to be very consistent and need to offer something very, very specific. Your turns, early turns need to be so strong. That's the main thing that I think about when I look at these decks. You think about Stelicon Herders, you think about, of course, Irresistible Fae Folk. When you see that as a 2-drop, you just get scared. Diana, the same thing. Diana has suffered a little bit due to, of course, some of the meta shifts, but that's the beauty of Riftbound. One thing moves in, everything else shifts with it. Kha'Zix being up here is also nice to see. Once again, for the same reason. A lot of cool purple cards, Ride the Wind, just gets you, of course, that point tempo if need be, and once again, that Irresistible Fae Folk. In my opinion, that probably is the strongest turn 1 play you can do when you're on the draw. If you're not on the draw, probably the strongest play you can do is play a seal into Kennen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it's very interesting looking at these most played decks, how high the conversion is. It makes me feel as if, you know, if you are playing a sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? A well-represented, you know, almost solved legend, you know, one that you think is going to be good, you have a very good chance of getting in to that day 2. But then here comes the wrinkle to the wrinkle. What are you playing for? If you're playing for a best of, and you're playing one of these, good luck. It's going to be very hard. There's going to be a lot of, you know, a lot more people to combat there for you. However, if you want to play for a best of, you better having a lesser chance at a conversion with a lesser played legend like Fiora, for example, and then potentially having an easier time in. That's what's really interesting about Riftbound. Having that best of prizing can really skew metagames, right? You know, this is our first event now where there is no Origins best of, so in theory, Origins Legends should come down. However, Yi, second most played deck there, with a very high conversion. So it's not as easy as that in Riftbound, and that's one thing I like. You can't really ever solve the meta too much because of the wrinkles to the wrinkles.
And the cool thing, right, is that top 64, right? The top 64. And if you're a really great Yi player, you make it the top 64, you bring Yi to the regional, and suddenly there's a Yi best of legend again.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, of course, just amazing. And we are watching Ricemaster here now on Fiora.
Yep.
It wasn't there on the top representation. Nope. Wasn't there at all.
Nowhere near.
The Ornn as well that we saw in the top list. That's just incredible. It's just fun to see, of course, the diversity in Riftbound.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely adore it. You know, as we looked at the most played decks, I'm intrigued to see how much that pans out into our most played units, because you would imagine that we would be seeing the cream of the crop, and yet no surprises there. Fizz, Trickster, Vex, Apathetic, and then a little Scuttle Crab mixing it in. As we sort of look to the right there, nothing terribly surprising, I feel.
These are all staples, of course, in the respective domains. Noxus Hopefuls, good swing cards, and of course, you have the Vex Apathetic, the Trickster. We just saw in this Kennen game how much it can do. Just playing cards from your trash, when there's so many discard mechanics, getting to play these very, very powerful Chaos spells a second time, of course, is completely game-breaking. Scuttle Crab as well, just a cheeky little draw and a unit. Allows you to, of course, go deeper into your deck to the cards that you want to have.
And that hand knowledge.
Disciplines,
and that hand knowledge
too.
Yeah.
I think even the aspect of revealing the hidden cards is even more impactful, because sometimes that is the one that is impossible to guess. And then you have the classics. We're moving on to gear next. Gear, you know, it's just a representation of what the deck lists are. And the reason we see last right, see the Discord, is because we see
of the
so
Kennen.
many damn cannons.
Yeah.
Cannons are being played so much, and the Forge of the Future is the one that is quite unique here, because I do think that's something that was teched into specifically to target the trash, because of course you can kill the gear that is Forge of the Future after you've made your one recruit, and then you can target the trash, forcing your opponent to recycle, and that can be very crucial to target Fizz that has so much representation, to remove those crucial spells from, of course, the trash. And beyond that, you just have the classics, the long swords that we saw. We saw, of course, Colin earlier using the long swords extensively, the brutalizers on the own. You have the brutalizers on, of course, the Azir, the BF sword as well. We saw one in the Fiora deck, and of course, gear is just associated with Azir. So a lot of these are tied to, of course, Azir, and the boots of swiftness as well. What a freaky one that is. It's just giving you more mobility, as if Raylan needed that.
I know.
You just jump all over the place. And of course, we proceed to spells, which is once again just reinforcing that same idea. It's just what are the decks that are strong? What are the decks that are represented? You see Defy. I think if you don't play 3 copies of Defy in your green deck, then I might just call you crazy. Or maybe
I have a good reason why, I can tell you that.
Or you're in a situation where just you're in a, you know, your local scene, no one has just pulled Defies, and you just, you just have no Defies in your deck. It was funny to hear Enrico's, of course, before. He's like, if I had 3 time warps, I'll play 3 time warps. I only own 2. And that's...
And I would play 4 if I could.
Yeah. 100%. We see all the staples, of course. Gust as an answer to many cards. We saw the value of it against that unsung hero that was about to become mighty. The fact that its reaction speed allows you to do so much. That's a very frustrating card for me to deal with when I'm playing Azir. Try to swing in on the move trigger with, of course, your Eye of Herald, and then you just get gusted and you're off into the wind. I said it yesterday, but I wish I was gusted in real life. I'm sweating so much. I just want a massive gust.
Yeah.
There's a gust of wind.
Cool us down.
Just don't star-cross me. I'm not ready for that trip. Just
up
into...
I'd rather stay on planet Earth if possible, if that's okay. Now it is an interesting one. Most played sideboard. Obviously, sideboard has just been increased, of course. You can have a more range of cards in there. No shock that Disarming Rake and Salvage are 2 of the top 3. People hate gear. So if you lose your game 1, immediately these cards come flying in. Brittle Steel is also there at the 20% mark. Ferris Forerunner, Decree of Unity, Decree of all the decrees. Guess that makes sense, though.
Yeah, the 4 good ones, really.
Yep.
The Cube Unity, targeting, of course, you can snipe a Chaos unit inside, of course, just removing Might from a body unit, just counters Rengar when you're playing blue, and the Decree of Focus as well, the counter to red that we saw represented a lot with the Rengar. When you get targeted by a spell or in combat with a Fury unit, you get 4+ Might, which is, of course, a massive swing. Also, just highlighting the first Forerunner, a big reason why the Fury decks were crying and they were in pain in the previous set was the abundance of course, purple decks. And the issue with first Forerunner, of course, is if this unit gets bounced. And now we see it a lot more. We see it represented in Rengar, and it's understandable that it's a sideboard card because there's a lot of matchups where you just don't want to play it, because if it gets bounced, you don't get the value of the mechs, and it's a card that is quite slow. But if it's a card that dies and you get those mechs, then suddenly the value is right there. Continue on to, of course, Battlefield.
Battlefield. It's an interesting one again. Like the sideboard increased, Battlefield have gone through some changes, you know. 2 of the most popular, Aspirant's Climb, one of my favorites, not going to lie, thanks for that. And then Arena's Greatest, no longer available, can't pick them. So that should, in theory, open up the Battlefield selection here that we can have. And realistically, you know, Seat of Power, Targon's Peak, Emperor's Dais, these are all ones that we did see before, you know, Zarn Warren's Abandoned Hall. So nothing too, you know, nothing changing too much coming in from our last meta game. Obviously, Minefield gets a look in now. That's a new one. What's your favorite Battlefield, actually?
My favorite Battlefield? Hall of Legends. It's not here. You know, I love a Battlefield because I'm playing Azir. I love a Battlefield that, of course, my opponent can't use too well. I think that's always what you're looking for. It's just a Battlefield that the enemy can't use. The Abandoned Hall is always, that's probably the scariest one for me. The synergy for Irelia. The fact that she chooses herself and then chooses herself again, 1 on guard, giving you 5 Might swings, is absolutely atrocious. very nasty. I had this, you know, this game I played in the Showdown 1 week ago, last weekend, and I had 29 might represented. My opponent had 3 cards in hand.
29.
Those were 3 defiant dances. So that really, I was breakdancing, you know, just breakdancing, backflips.
Yeah.
And, you know, he won it. He won that battle. He won that battle. Luckily, I had, you know, a little hold, a cheeky, you know, back off on the other battlefield, but still incredibly scary. It's interesting, you know, that regardless, you know, in a world where we have some data, we have about, you know, in showdowns and tournaments, we have about 6,000 games played. You know, that is an abundance of data, but I just compare from coming from the League of Legends side, you know, I get to analyze, you know, thousands of pro games, and on top of that, you get millions of solo queue games. So the data can really tell you a story of what to play. But here, you know, you never know what kind of deck comes in. You never know what kind of tech comes in. You never know if the Kennen that was so overrepresented, if someone found a solution to that in particular, and that's the beauty to me of course, when we talk about Riftbound. But the most beautiful part about Riftbound, of course, is playing. We have some resolutions happening, as we have a little bit of a delay.
Yep.
We all want to jump back into the game. We didn't tell them to pause so we could yap about battlefields. Trust me when I say that. We do want to see the continuation of the game, and there we have it. We're back in action.
All right, so we are back in the game. Here we go. Mosik's turn. Traveling Merchant coming down. Tide Turner coming down. A little switcheroo there. If you're not a switcheroo, Tide Turner, of course. And then we are just going to see the pass back over to Ricemaster. Now, how do we get out of this then? Because this is looking a bit dicey.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not so sure what happened to the Fiora. Must have been something that happened that was...
Oh, no, okay. And that is that. Mosik is going to win the game 2. Advancing, we imagine, to top 8 and beyond, doing it 2-0 with that Kennen in convincing, a little bit of high-rolly fashion. Don't tell him that he won't mind. He's going to advance to top 8. Congratulations and massive commiserations there to Ricemaster. Took that Fiora on a fantastic wonder run, but falters a little bit here in the most popular deck in the room. Congratulations to Mosik.
Massive run. The Kennen having a lot of representation in top 8. I think very impressive from Ricemaster to, of course, play the Fiora, go all the way. We have some highlights, of course, from the game. I think the highlight was just playing the Kennen on turn 1.
Yeah.
We have, of course, the Harness Dragon as well that came from the baited hook play on the Kinko initiative. It was quite cheeky. Play. And then the switcheroo play to come in. And then the punch first that was hard bargained. That's devastating for the Fiora player, of course. So many tools in the Chaos deck that is Kennen, that is right there. The final assault to go over the board. And then in the second game, it didn't really feel like Ricemaster ever got rolling. He didn't find the pump spells. Defend, of course, the Forbidding Waste. With, of course, the set. The salvage came through on the BF Sword, which was incredibly painful. The face palms just got heavier and heavier.
It did.
And then finally, you know, that turn when he couldn't defend the set on the Forbidding Waste, I think that was just the neck breaker. Finding 2 Nocturnes is beautiful. The main thing is, like, I feel like he did have some form of high roll, the Kennen player, in the game too.
Yeah,
but he didn't have the Rasas. He won without the Rasas.
This is true, actually, yeah. That's a good point.
He didn't have a massive trash pile. Didn't won without the Rasas. If you don't get the Rasas, the beauty of the Kennen deck is you then find something else. You know? You don't have the Rasas, you have other cards. You know?
See so much of the deck. Statistically, it's not possible to miss all the good stuff. So as you say, Rasa, doing a bit of a disappearing act, but then Nocturne was just knocking on the door like, don't worry, I'm here, I'll help you. Mosik, I'll get you in top 8, my friend. And yeah, it just seemed like the Kennen deck was just all systems go. That game didn't really miss a beat. It just felt like the game was constantly in Mosik's hands. But I do want to say massive shout out there to Ricemaster. Fiora is a deck that not a lot of us, I think, had on our radar. And if you did, you're lying. Don't lie to me. Don't like lies. And he's put on a fantastic show. He was on, on stream earlier. Managed to navigate himself there to a win. But, Kennen, there's a reason why it's the most played deck in the room. It's the reason why it had the highest conversion rate. Even with that, is because it's just ridiculously good.
So consistent. It just the craziest thing about the Kennen in my mind is just it's just packed with great cards.
Yep.
You can play so many one-offs, two-offs, and you can dig through your decks and kind of prepare for whatever battle is coming. The stack deck is not only the fact that you get a card and you get to choose, you know then what your bottom as well, and it gives you information on what the potential next draws are on top of that. And then reviewing that game, I'm thinking back to that one turn where Ambessa didn't empower, but, you know, reviews happen later. Ricemaster has things to celebrate. We're going to, of course, an interview with the winner. Take it away.
I thought it was already an interview.
Welcome, everybody. We are joined by one of our confirmed top 8 players here in the regional qualifier in Barcelona, Eclipse Mosik. How does it feel to take it down? And with a fun opponent, right? This Fiora baited hook deck that I was a fan of watching even last round, but here you are with Kennen, the most represented deck in the room, and you have locked your way in for a top 8. How's it feel, man?
It feels great. Actually, it's a big confirmation for me. Since after this one, this is my 3rd regional. In Lille, I did fine. In Utrecht, I did very poorly. And this was the last chance to qualify for Europe for me. So at the end of the year, I was thinking about whether to keep playing for the game. I want a lot from myself. I criticize a lot, so I needed to check whether I was able to perform at a good level. So for me, it's a good confirmation. So
that makes a lot of sense. I think competitive card gamers are the biggest critics on themselves. It is a very tough job to have when you come into a room like this and you have to play 13 rounds across 2 days, across nearly 24 hours with very little sleep and very little food. You have to make a conscious decision on, you know, am I doing as good as I think I can? How hard am I pushing myself? And then you have to be happy with that. And here you are, 3rd event in, and you got not just your invite to the regional championship, Mosik, you're going to top 8. You're going to have a chance to be on the same caliber of conversation as players like Squirtle, Alan ZQ, Diwali, Prismaticism, Sam D. Sherman, and also Factor. That you could be in that list of names.
I'll try to be in there. They are monsters of the game right now. I'm going to try my best. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. And your best is what you've already given so far. So only more to come. You've got a top 8 to play out. I'm going to give you a bit to rest. We've got some...
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely.
This is just an Italian meme, so don't bother. This is a great win for AKG. Just an Italian meme.
Fair enough. But there's more Riftbound to be played. We have more players to figure out who are going to be in our top 8 as well. So we want to get back to more of that Riftbound action.
Thank you for that, Barrett. It's always nice hearing from our winners there. I quite like Barrett setting them up here. Are you going to put yourself in the name of the Squirtles, the Alan ZQs? He's just like, they're monsters of the game. I'm going to try my best, but I can't make no guarantees. That's what we like to hear. Maxim, congratulations to him. I'm sure he's going to have a barnstormer there in top 8 and beyond.
100%. The Kennen deck is looking very strong. I think you feel comfortable. Definitely, you know, to win this many games and not drop a match, you just know it's no fluke. So he gets a moment to rest, a moment to breathe, which is, of course, crucial. While, of course, these
You don't get a moment to rest, though, because we're heading straight into our feature
we're
match.
jumping into it.
Feature match 2 going in at game 2. Here we go. So join this one a little bit, you know, in the midst. Let's see if we can work this out together. So we have a Master Yi versus a Kennen. It looks like Master Yi won game 1. And we are joining here. It looks like it's a turn 3 or turn 4. So we have a chosen champion in play, along with a Sand Soldier from the Emperor Deus. And now Deus, I should say. And it's over to Kennen now with 2 seals and a Traveling Merchant. Not the greatest of board states. However, we know that can quickly change there with Kennen. So let's see. The 2 most popular decks in the room now, squaring off. Let's see how this will pan out. We are going to pay 2. That is going to be getting played there. The Shadow Order Disciple. That's a little bit of a burn. That new keyword from Vendetta.
That's the Rasa in the trash. We don't want to see that.
Oh, we are going to see Chosen Champion Kennen as well. Coming in, Storm of Shuriken.
Gets to burn 2. Sets up a little bit of a base. We need to kind of collect our bearings here because we are jumping straight into a game. But I'm counting massive trash.
Oh, the sabotage!
Last rights get sniped.
The last rights, but he did
massive.
Perfect hand knowledge.
Okay.
Crucial detail there, of course, is that that card gets put into the
Well, that
bottom,
makes things
of course, of
different.
your drawing deck.
Yep.
And the last rights would have been very nice because I'm looking at that Rasa, of course, in the trash.
Really?
Finding a way to get that back is going to be very tough. Also
Options
seeing there's no
available
zone
there
warrants, traveling merchant.
For 6, 8.
You know, in terms of drawing a card.
I will.
Oh, 6, 5. Rengar! Ooh, teasing me,
play this.
teasing
Oh,
me.
Camel.
Oh, Ruin Runner.
Early.
That's-
Ruined Runners are prepared for this heat.
Very good.
Yeah, that's a card that
Yeah,
should have a +1 during this heat.
So we'll pull this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Past here.
yeah.
That's a camel.
That is, what's the word? Very acclimatized to this heat is a Ruin Runner. Look at that, in the desert.
100%.
Was that? I think that might have been a Ride the Wind found there.
Yeah, the tricky thing is, you know, we have the decisions on what to discard becomes a lot harder. It's a gust. I guess that's an easy card to just discard if you move with your traveling merchant.
We'll target.
It's the flow 1 card.
Yep.
That's the Ride the Wind.
1 power.
Pays for it
Like
with the
that.
seal.
Yep.
Power. In here.
Yep.
Conquer.
Probably doesn't
Wow.
trigger the, of course, the Emperor's dies. You
Target.
just move that back to base. Another flow
Okay.
card. I'm trying to
Cheeky
see
little
if...
two bucks on the
Sorry. All targets. Stack deck.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That deck.
I was about to ask, is
That's
there a stack deck in
deck.
that trash?
There always is. It's Kennen, come on.
Of course. You're right. You're right.
I'll be
That last
concerned if
right
there
is
wasn't.
very nice. Considering the other one is at the bottom of his deck, finding that is crucial.
Yeah, bottom of the deck is pretty much inaccessible in Riftbound. You're gonna
Maybe not for Kennen. Kennen is a freak deck.
I mean, it can get there eventually. You are right, actually, to be fair. If any deck
I hope
can.
not.
Kennen can. Yeah, if I was the opponent, I'd also hope not as well. We're going to see 2 and a seal.
Play lightning rush.
Lightning Rush.
There it is.
They tap mana card, please.
It's to burn 2 more cards, preparing for that Rasa. Last rights conquer on the next turn.
Nocturne.
Oh,
Oh,
Nocturne!
the nightmare.
Earth,
Oh man.
and I'll pass.
All right. You got 2 up.
That's a very big swing turn there.
Heavy things. Figure this out. Right.
There's Master Yi, ever so calm, cool, and collected. We do have a disarming rake.
Yeah, the key detail here is very smart to not play the last rights before you want to use it.
I was about to say, because that rake could have come in and just
100%.
wiped it away. Remember, that Ruin Runner cannot be targeted by your opponent's cards or abilities. You have to. The only way to get rid of that's the old-fashioned way.
That's the
Combat.
That's just a beast of a camel as well.
Appreciate it.
7 might on defense.
Sorry, I'm terrible.
It's a
with
big
that.
one. Thinking about the ranges, of course, because if you give assault with the cannon, you're going to have 6 there on Nocturne and cannon.
To experience.
Tracking the experience, very smart. 1 hold and that Yi starts flying all over the place like an Irelia.
And that is a terrifying thing to think about.
100%. The last right turn is going to be so crucial.
Is this Pit Rookie?
I'm going to put a.
Oh, wow. 8 might.
8 might.
Ruin,
It's
Ruin
getting bigger.
Runner.
So, of course, Inazumi is representing enough might in the base, but he is known for all those pump spells. Disarming Rake. It comes early.
Comes a bit early. I wonder if
Very
he'll be kicking
early.
himself when he sees the last
I'll
rights
pass
come
him there.
down next turn. Like, oh, could have held that one.
We saw it in the previous game. If he has a pump spell like Punch first, he needs to be ready for, of course, the hard bargain. Does he have a defy for it? Not so sure what his hand is. The question is, can he cement a hold here? Because if somehow Inazumi gets to equip the last rights and gets over and gets to play the Rasen base, it could, of course,
We
be
shuffle.
a massive
There it
difference
is.
maker.
I'll attach it to.
At least that one consolation is the fact that he needs to recycle 2.
Playing my rake.
Did you hear me just say it's terrible that I just played my rake? Literally just said that. Oh, no.
At least, you know, maybe the copium is maybe you get a chance to conquer the Emperor's Dies battlefield, and then you can bounce it
Oh,
back.
true, actually.
And then
yeah.
maybe you can do some shenanigans.
Merchant and hard bargain.
Okay.
2 recycled. to equip.
Absolutely.
All empower on the Kennen.
That is, of course,
It's
8
assault.
versus
Yes.
6 currently.
Have your 8 into my 6, is that correct?
So it's +4 with the
Correct. 8
shovel.
versus 6.
The
Okay.
I'm just thinking about any pump spell. Defy is going to be crucial.
Yep.
Because of course you can bag a single pump spell.
You have a Vi, that's fine too.
Discipline.
2, 4, 4.
Discipline
5,
would
6,
match it.
8, 6.
I like that counting out loud. It's very safe.
Yep. That's exactly what I do when I play as well.
Deciding on the discipline's kind of awkward. You would only match the might.
Yep.
Discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Discipline for 2.
You get to draw 1, of course. Looks like that is going to resolve. So currently 8 versus 8. That's a trade.
Massive cards there. We watched a Fiora and we talked about how the repulse is an answer to rebuke and the switcheroo.
Yep.
In moments like these, of course. Yeah, Yi, thank God, can't play repulse.
Oh,
Rebuke it.
don't scare me.
That would be very scary.
Okay.
Oh, rebuke is going to go through though. No defy.
Conquer.
That will be a conquer Kennen there. Kennen with a conquer, I should say.
And
Say
that
that
is, of
3
course,
times fast.
you know, the Kennen gets to go digging, you know? He gets to
Yeah.
use that shovel, goes digging. What is he bringing back from the dead? Rasa is looking plump. I must say so myself, looking juicy. Does he choose
Does
to use the
Rasa look
trigger?
juicy? I mean,
Oh.
it's an undead skeleton kind. I don't think there's a lot of juice.
I'm just
on
looking at the might.
there.
Yeah?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just
I
looking
see
at
what
the
you're
might.
saying. Okay.
That's where all the juice is, you know? Come on now. Chooses not to use the last rites. Doesn't want to D-ramp just yet. Now the question is, which card did he give flow to? Obviously, you cannot use any rebuke switcheroos on this massive camel.
Nope.
Big
Target
question at
Raza
Inazumi.
and Ride the Wind, and I'll
Oh.
not use the Emperor's Diaz. So play Raza to base, pay 1, because it's not discount.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last rites, he didn't resolve just yet. He was thinking a little bit. Gave a flow, of course, to the Ride the Wind, and
Okay.
played the Rasa.
There's that Rasa. Let us know in chat if you think
Try to
Rasa
Ride the Wind
looks
cannon
juicy.
base.
I'm intrigued to know you guys' opinions. Ride the Wind being used there from our legend, our champion, I should say.
He's just checking now if there's a defy.
Surely Defy would have come out earlier, though.
There it
Okay,
is.
I stand corrected. There is the Defy.
Now, he couldn't defy, of course, rebuke earlier because it's 2 power.
Oh, of course, silly me.
Nah.
Yep, you are correct.
And now the
There is
Ride the
Defy
Wind
there.
gets blocked. Now that the Yi player's tapped out,
Moving with everything.
might
Shadow
should
Disciple
be
trigger.
enough to go over.
9 to your right.
That
I
puts him at a
agree,
perfect 9.
And I will.
We have to give that one up.
Oh yeah, Merchant trigger also.
Okay.
Sorry. Discard row.
So the camel is now at 8. If my math is correct,
We'll kill the
Wait, am I being
Nocturne and
silly?
the Shadow Quintessence.
my math might be wrong. Okay, all right, it's right. It's a long day already. I got worried there, you know? Swear is going to slowly going into my eyeballs. I'm turning blind over here, let me tell you.
I have to start describing the board state
From
to
the
you.
temple.
Yeah.
You know, and if I was, I say it's not looking good for Master Yi right now. There's my accurate description.
And start adding Braille to the Riftbound
Versus
cards.
9.
Versus 9, yeah.
Okay.
Is Empower trigger mandatory trigger, or can I miss it? Because I played Raza.
Just get the Empower trigger.
Okay, my
big
opponent says
deal.
it's fine. Okay.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
It's not a big
What we
Good
like to
man,
see. Just
representing
give him
Challenger
the
TCG.
empower token. Come on.
Of course.
You have 4 cards in hand.
Yeah, I have 4 cards in
Yeah.
hand.
4 cards in hand and tapped out. I believe that looks like might be our turn concluding.
So Razo's played to base. But the rest of the units are on the battlefield.
This is true. And if there's one thing
there's-
you can do,
There's only one rune open, of course. 1 energy to
pass.
spend on any combat tricks. Which makes it a lot easier for the E player to, of course, conquer. And then he can set up another hold.
6. That's pretty good.
And then the idea here is if you can include the disarming rake in, of course, the conquer on the Emperor's dice, you could bounce that back into hand. The onslaught. Now that's a massive card that gives you a 6 might swing. That might allow the disarming rake to, of course, conquer and get bounced back into the hand. But the issue with that play is quite slow.
Yeah.
It's very, very slow. But at least you leave a Sand Soldier behind, which is the same might as the disarming rake. So let's see if that's the line he goes with. He's smarter than I am. Let's take pause for a moment as he sets up the round for himself.
I mean, that is such a massive swing now, right? +6, then you get the 2 boost from your legend as well. That's an 8 might swing.
That's not good.
He would of course, go over the cannon that is currently on 6. But removing that disarming, of course, removing that last right became a little bit less important now that, as far as I know, there's no Rasas in the trash.
Not as far as I can see.
Oh.
So we're seeing 4, 2.
That's 2.
Discipline. Oh,
It's a big turn.
easing me. Back to the 4.
8, 6, 8, 10, 8,
The suspense, Yamato. The suspense. I need to know what's being played.
Will he play the kitty cat? I see 5. I see a body rune. Oh, he's just teasing us at this point.
The multitude of options.
Oh!
What's going on? He's toying with us.
Discipline.
Discipline.
All right.
Okay.
Hey.
2 might draw 1. Okay.
2 might.
Remember that Master Yi legend. If you attack it on your own, get +2.
2, 4.
Could do some rampage shenanigans
4.
with, of course, the
That was
power. But additional 2 might, but that doesn't go over the cannon right now. That's 6.
Now it looks like we're considering the
I wonder what he was fishing for with the discipline. What was he looking for?
For lack of a better term, way out of this.
How much time do we have left?
Good question there for me, Inazumi. You need to be conscious of the time, especially when your opponent's kind of DJing his runes around, you know.
What a term! I love it.
Chugga, 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 you know.
DJing the runes.
That's 3.
Let's make that a thing, please, Riftbound community. DJing the runes.
That's
So
the
3 have been
rampage.
committed.
He's thinking now,
There's a rampage.
will he pay the cost?
Oh.
Hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
Pays the
He's
cost.
paying the cost. To get +2 and now a challenge-like effect.
He's now 6.
Here.
Fine. There we go.
Will he do the bounce play, or will he just simply crash into the cannon and trade?
2, 4, 5, 6.
So we are going in for the conquer.
It's a very tough turn, of course.
Right.
Minh Wins is trying to, of course, set up a hold because Inazumi is on 6 points currently. Good time check there, of course. He doesn't want this to go to a draw. He wants the win. Both players want the win.
Try to hold here. You have
Currently,
3
Inazumi's-
and including it by. Okay, sorry, waste our time. Let's go next game.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We're just going to see the concession there for Master Yi. Basically said, I don't see a way out of this.
Very respectful. He remembered the Vi as well from the previous sabotage. He knew.
Yeah,
Be
good
sent
point.
in.
Good point.
So he just kept it simple. He wants, of course, the game to go to someone being victorious, which is of course, a very crucial detail. This could determine going to top 8 or not.
That is very respectful. Love that from him. So have a look at this Kennen deck. We've seen it quite a lot. Very strong. One thing I want to keep an eye on here. No Baron in this main board.
Yeah, not even in the sideboard either.
Not even in the sideboard.
Which is, of course, interesting
You see a hidden
with how...
blade? You don't see that every day.
That is a hidden blade. Very strong hidden card. That's the main thing with the hidden cards. We saw, of course, Diwali earlier play the switcheroo. And that's
Yes.
uncommon in Diana. So people are not going to play around it. And those cards have such massive, massive swing potential. And, of course, Minh Wins, of course, is playing a very standard deck list here. Nothing that really stands out too crazy. Same old battlefield, same old runes, same old Yi. This is the deck list that has been pretty much solved. And I'm just looking. Only one, actually 3 Vendetta cards. We have the double Rampage and Onslaught.
Yep.
Which is kind of nice. Which is, of course, very, very good. In terms of what you can sideboard in, it's the main thing that stands out is, of course, in my mind, is the Alpha Strike. Gives you some, of course, potential ways to deal with some Rasas when they come in and you have that big might, but the game, of course, is starting.
All right, here we go then. Game 3. The winner of this round, I imagine, will be making it into top cup. Both players want to get in there. Will it be Inazumi with that Kennen? Will it be Minh Wins trying to do his namesake here and win this with Master Yi? Here we go.
Will we have the double seafood turn? Tentacles and crab? No, stack deck.
Tentacles and crab. Nocturne? No.
We have the seal, which is kind of nice.
That's not
Grabs
bad.
it instantly.
You take that. The earlier on those seals come in, the more effect on the game they have.
No Kennen turn 1, though. 2-drop. Doesn't play the seal. Interesting.
Just a Shadow Order Disciple. Remember, you can burn to give it an extra might when it moves. Skull Crab going in.
Keeps the seal for the next turn, of course. You don't want to spend that, use that seal if you don't use the power.
And push this back, unready it.
Ooh, the first mate. Okay.
All right, Zon Warrens.
I see you.
The first mate combo, Star Spring. That's a very powerful turn there from Master Yo-Yo.
And then we get the Zon Warren's trigger as well to get a little bit more through the deck.
Ooh, discards the Alpha Strike. I was hyping that card up and he just dissed it right away.
Yeah, I was about to say, well done, you put it in, but then you're right. Just immediately
Just be gone.
Bottom.
I would like to charm your guy into
The charm.
Ooh, now can we use...
Move trigger.
Yeah, guys,
burn
can use the
something.
burn to get the extra one, so that will trade.
That's of
Oh, no, it
course
won't.
Yi on defense. Always have
of
to
course,
double check that.
Yep,
Yi
you
on
are correct.
defense.
You are correct. Well done.
Float 1 for seal.
There
That's
comes
the seal.
That's a good turn from Minh Wins, though. I like that.
Deck.
Aggressive. Nocturne.
Honestly, that's like the dream turn on
That is a
Star
great
Spring, of
turn,
course.
yeah.
You get the double hold, double effect. That's
Oh.
a
There you go.
Nocturne.
Asking you shall receive.
Put card in my hand. Put that one on the
Very
bottom.
cheap. The seal pays for it.
That is, yeah, you've literally got that 4 might
Very cheeky.
ganking unit for free. Essentially for free.
Let's see now the rest of the turn. Will it just be a simple Kennen develop? I don't see a way really to do anything more active than that. That's 2. The Gust is nice because, of course, the Yi Legend only triggers in combat. You need to be a defender.
And
True.
Right,
yo,
Ride the
is
wind.
so good.
There's
The Nocturne off the
wind,
right there is so good. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, there's the Ride the Wind.
Terrible news for me.
Play something
That is horrible news.
Then
from Not's
over.
hand, which allowed him to be
Conqueror.
empowered, and then knocked her with ganking.
That
Oh,
ride the wind, moving the unit and
I
readying it as
show you
well.
my hand first, then I decide on the Warrens, right?
I agree with that. Yeah.
I didn't see that Ride the Wind in the hand.
So you're gonna have Gust, Lightning, and Fizz. Okay.
Mhm.
Double fizz. And the Gust in hand revealed of the Death Kneel from the Scuttle
I'll
Crab.
discard 2 Zone Warrens.
And now we can get the draw, or discard then draw for the Scuttle Crab.
At 5.
Didn't see the Gust, didn't see the Ride the Wind. It's just
That's
the Kennen
better,
players.
that makes it more
the,
fun for us,
the
doesn't it?
Kennen players always have it. They always
They
have.
always have it.
You know, maybe that's why they're winning. They just have the wind on their side. They're a little bit cooler in the venue as well.
Yep.
Just draw.
What a turn. Clears both battlefields with the assault. 6 might swing there out of nowhere.
Virtue as well to get through the deck.
That synergy of ganking with the Ride the Wind, being ready in the battlefield, swinging over. It's a brutal
That
turn.
is brutal.
And then that was just after me talking about how this is possibly the best setup Yi could have after turn 2.
And it just
We
got
have 2
dismantled.
holds.
Chosen legend, chosen champion, I should say. Yep.
Just massacred. Completely massacred. Only a developing turn for Minh Wins. There's nothing else to do.
You're gonna hold to 3
Can't send in a Rengar into there.
or 3.
It's too much of an overextension.
And this is the scary thing now when you give Kennen that breathing room. You'd love for it to try and be more reactive, but now it can be a bit proactive and say, right, let's get through the deck. Let's try and find some Rasa. See if we can find some more Nocturne. Get some more seals down. Maybe get the last rights in play at some point as well. You don't want to give Kennen the breathing room, and that's exactly what Minh Win has done.
Lightning Rush.
Lightning Rush.
The freaky thing is he can conquer with the Merchant. He can gank over with the Nocturne. He has so many
Yeah, another one.
choices.
Yep.
He's
Hidden
going to go
Blade
to
is
4
hit the
points.
trash. Just keep an eye on that.
Oh, 3 lightning rushes in trash.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I'm in pain. I'm just thinking back to the cast of predictions. I regret not picking Kennen with the things I've been seeing today.
Yeah. I don't think any of us did we? Silly
here,
us.
ganking,
There's the
conquer.
ganking going up to 4.
4 points.
Halfway towards securing himself a slot in top 8 is Inazumi.
Play Raza.
There's the Raza.
Oh, the Star Spring.
Star
Bounce it
Spring.
back.
Oh, wowzers. 4, 3, 2, 1. What is it
The
gonna
trash
be?
is so full as well.
Play Kennen.
Chosen champion.
My goodness.
Pass.
Very nice.
Already.
This is
Even the Yi
looking-
to go over the Rasa needs to use a pump spell.
Yep.
That's the beauty of the Nocturne there. He needs to use 2 at least to survive even. And that's a big investment if you're the Yi player. You might just have to go to the Zone Warrants and bide your time. But if you just stay in base at this point and the Kennen player goes to 6, I feel like the game
Yep.
is going to just become impossible too fast.
Yeah, we definitely can't stay in base. No chance of that.
It's very
And while the Kennen player only has 2 cards in hand, he has 3 lightning rushes to play for flow. Ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That's 2.
What do we do? What do we do? Hope,
Go to
pray,
3.
find a way out of this.
He's thinking about that discipline to just card draw. He grabbed 2 runes. He does do a lot of DJing, as we talked about before. Goes to Zone Warrens.
Conquer.
Okay, that's a point.
And a discard as well,
And a
fishing
discard
for
draw.
something.
Yeah, we're
I'm
fishing for
going
something.
to use on warrants.
Always, when one opponent is on point tempo, which Inazumi, of course, is, you're going to look forward to that turn as Minh Wins. Want to set up a big hold at some point with all those powerful
Yes.
spells.
Yes.
Discard,
Sabotage.
Draw. All right.
Gets, wow, the Sabotage gets discarded.
It did. Oh, is this Ruin Runner?
Looks like a camel to me.
I do love a Ruin Runner. That's one of my favorite cards in format. There we go. Basically says, no funny business. You have to go through me the old-fashioned way.
Of
That is
course.
something that Kennen can do when it gets all this
I
might
channeled
in play,
my-
though.
I channeled.
But here we go. Is over to Inazumi. What are you going to do, me?
You know, the nasty thing now is the two, of course, the 3 lightning rushes in trash.
Yep.
He can search for what he needs. He can search
Yep.
for the hard bargain. And then, of course, the 1 rune available that Minh Wins is representing is, of course, the punch first. And Angard could also be potentially 1. And this, if he can play around that and conquer onto the Yi and get to 6 points and do it cleanly and bait out spells at the same time, he is so happy.
I mean for 6.
Going in for
Nocturne
6.
Getting the assault +2 from that legend ability.
Just
that
chin
is-
checking for punch first.
That is, yeah. Just bait out any resources. And if this goes through, you're a happy camper if you're Inazumi.
The rebuke.
I accept the terms. 6 to 6.
Yep.
6
Accept
to
the
6. He accept the terms.
I accept
He
the
read the
terms.
terms and
Yeah.
agreement, all those pages, all that text.
Yeah. You read that
And,
and said, okay, that's
Agreed.
fine by me.
Agreed.
I mean, it's probably not fine by him. You'd love for that Yi to stick around, but
Yeah.
Kennen's going to go in there. Going up to 6. This is not looking good. 6, we know, is lethal in Riftbound.
I'll target stack deck. Discard draw.
Targets a stack there for the flow, of course. In same fashion, Inazuma is just preparing for the final battle. He needs to think about the fact that
Play that
all these
stack deck
interactive
in
spells
power.
don't work on the camel.
Nope. So you do have to, yeah, as I say, old-fashioned mic to get through the Ruin Runner. There's no tips and tricks for that one. What is that? Nocturne again? That is a Nocturne.
At least it's an expensive one.
Yeah, this was an old-fashioned Nocturne, as it were. Do you reckon the Kennen players feel a bit, what's the word, hard done by when they have to put their Nocturne down from hand?
Sorry, it wasn't an expensive one. It was from the stack deck.
Oh, it was from Stat Day. Oh, okay.
I'm
of course,
chatting
the
silly.
the runes haven't been moved. Oh, dearie me.
Oh, my.
That's not what you want when you're...
I thought I was begging for some fairness,
Yeah.
But to be fair,
Well,
there's a Marcy on the other side. So we have to keep this in mind.
We love tentacles. Come on.
Tentacles.
Just the 2 tentacles.
Here. Play 1
That's
over.
being
Oh, it's-
distributed. Everyone gets a tentacle.
Castle comes back
That's a ready Rasa. Because the Star Spring.
because of the Star Spring. Yep. Oh no, this is looking brutal. Here comes the Shadow Order Disciple. Remember, that can get an extra might when it moves.
I think that Rasa isn't ready, actually, because a non-token unit doesn't activate the Star Spring board. Yeah, but it didn't move it, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So calm down, chat. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Now, at least, you know, the Hopium from Minh Wins here.
Give me the Hopium. I need some Hopium.
The Camo defends with the punch first, sets up with the Sabotage, of course. Any kind of, you know, spells that helps you, of course, defend. The Discipline is right there, the Defy is right there. The fact that the Camo can't be targeted by the Rebuke is massive. And on top of that, the beauty of that Star Spring board is the fact that you can play a unit and then, of course, bring that Camo to the other battlefield if it needs to jump into battle. Of course, is ready on a turn. Swings in there instead. All right.
Go through.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, Inazumi is tapped out for what it's worth. And
Yeah.
you can't really respond to the Ruin Runner anyway, so.
The reason I said all of that is because you can be in a position where suddenly your Camo is stuck on the other side of the board and the Kennen player sets up a massive hold on the Star Spring board.
Yep, you're so correct.
With that being said, you know, the Star Spring allows you to conquer over to the other battlefield in more elegant fashion. And if too many Rasas Nocturnes just are there on Star Spring, it's going to be very hard to get over there. There's no Boots of Swiftness in, of course, the Yi deck.
Scuttle Crab.
There's no Tide Turners.
There is no Tide Turner.
There's often no Emperor's Divide either.
Charm your guy here.
There's a charm.
Ooh, okay, yep. That's going to be the Rasa sent back to the trash.
Trimming away.
We like that. Charm.
That's a bit rookie.
Pit rookie.
And a pass.
We're going to buff. Okay, that is a stacked Ruin Runner now with that defending buff as well.
Representing 8.
Representing 8, exactly. So this is lethal for Inazumi now, though. Just has to hold up top or conquer both.
He can choose to hold, or maybe
could go
cards in hand. Maybe can go for the swing.
Could go
Trying to check there if there is a hard bargain, or if that's something he's going to fish for. Because obviously that's the main way to attack the punch first card.
Obviously, Minh Wins has left some runes open, so you do have to respect the punch first threat.
Thinking cap is on. Easy for us to talk when we have a little bit more knowledge of the hands of the players. This is such an important moment. This is, of course, round 13. Both of these players have been playing the whole day. Exhausted, sweaty, tired, hungry. Lightning Rush gets played. Fishing for that hard bargain.
That was a Rasa.
That's too fast, man. That's got to be a rebuke or something.
Rasa.
Did you? Minh Wins. That was so fast. That had to be a rebuke or something. Yeah, you never want your opponent to snap pick stuff, do you? You want it to be hard choices. If it's an easy pick, you think, oh, that means it's a good pick.
The Rasa creates a little bit of incentive to, you know, stack the other battlefield. Just a little bit of an incentive.
Head in hands.
The main question is, obviously we see the card, so it doesn't look like a bag in there. No hard bargain.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet, at least. Very well put.
You know, that's the thing about Kennen. If it wants it, it can go get it most of the time. Okay, Traveling Merchant. Discard one for one. Nocturne. Oh, we're setting up for the Big Daddy hold then. That's
it's a fortress.
Because that Ruin Runner can't just easily get over there. Camels are slow.
I'll play Lightning Rush.
Yeah.
Oh, that battlefield is looking like Azkaban. This is the Mentors and all that. This craziness. You know, it's just a mess. All these chaos units, and we know the Rasa's coming down too.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, we do. And I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but that is going to be a scary Star Spring to get through. I mean, we have got some units, of course, but
okay,
no Big Daddy ones, for lack of a better term. There's the Rasa. It's another 6 might getting slammed down.
Play the card.
And a hidden card. Goodness me. Right, so what are we working with there then? What? 1, 3, 5, 9, 15. I make that.
Tough.
It's a lot. And a hidden.
And a hidden.
And a hidden.
So we know that's the switcheroo, of course. Ooh, that's a beautiful draw. The onslaught.
Yeah, that's a great
That's a perfect card to break a hold like this.
I mean,
This
when it's
is
a pit
maybe
rookie
the
and
crab turns into Sirius Black. He's going to escape Azkaban. That's a 6 might there.
Worth noting, time looks like has been called. We get confirmation, of course. I don't think that will be a factor in this game, but...
And this is, of course, what I spoke about before. The fact that the camel is stuck on the Zone Warrens. The Star Spring gave you more options. The crab swings in to just get card knowledge, and of course he sees the hidden two.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my days. That's a lot of ride the wind.
Yeah, he's just going to say that's enough. I can't do anything about that. And Inazumi wins here in our last Swiss round, most likely booking himself a slot in top 8 and beyond. Maximum congratulations to Inazumi.
That's just wonderful. Saw the switcheroo, of course, as the hidden card. There's not enough might that's going to make Rookie, of course, deny the switcheroo from happening. Makes me think about that Camel Rider. If he put it on, of course, a Star Spring, you could bounce that back and maybe swing in, because at least it can't be targeted by some of those spells. But it might have just delayed the inevitable in that position. I'm just thinking about that onslaught, the punch first. Could maybe create a scenario we could swing over with the camel and then hold to the final point. But of course, we mentioned it before. We are so deep into the tournament. So, the stakes are so high. The pressure is on in a way that it is just simply indescribable unless you've been in those moments. And every turn you have to use so much brain power to make the right decisions, especially when you get into those deeper turns where everything, of course, just pans out a certain way. With that being said, we have an interview ready. Let's talk with our winner.
I'm joined here with another one of our feature matches here in the last round of Swiss here in Barcelona Regional Qualifier. Inazumi taking down one of Challenger TCG's own Master Yi players, and you took it down after those 3 games. How does it feel coming off of that win?
Well, it feels fantastic. I didn't have a lot of practice before the tournament, but I really enjoy playing all the aggro decks, especially the ones that can mess with the graveyard, so Kennen was the perfect choice for me for that tournament. I'm really happy to be here. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to do so well. The round 1, I lost because I couldn't make it to the venue, as one of the keys we had wasn't working from the inside, so we had to wait for the rest of our group to come back with the proper set of keys so we could get out.
You were locked inside?
We were locked inside.
I would have broken a window.
Well,
No,
it was the 6th floor, so we couldn't even do anything. We were trying to figure out something, but yeah, that was the only option. And well, I'm here. I'm really happy to be here. We'll see how it goes.
Are you telling me that if it wasn't for that key, you could actually be undefeated right now?
Well, it's hard to say. The ladder would be for sure much different, but yeah, here we are.
Well, Inazumi, you are potentially going to be one of our top 8 players. There's some tiebreakers that are going to go on, but you got the last win that you needed. At this point, it's anyone's game. You're up against other people like Squirtle, who are playing for this tiebreaker somewhere else in the venue. But Inazumi, how long have you been playing? Only a couple months?
I've been playing for a couple of months. I have a lot of experience with different TCGs. I play them for a few years now. I really enjoy being able to attend tournaments and compete with others. That's my favorite thing to do. So whenever possible, I try to get to as many events as I can. Well, and I hope I will be able to play more Riftbound.
And you might even be playing more Riftbound today.
Right now, today, soon.
So regardless, though, at the regional championship, which you have already for sure locked that in for how well you have done today. So congratulations once again. You're potentially going to be in top 8. I'll be keeping an eye on you. So another Kennen in contention, but we have to figure that out. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back.